Hey everyone, I'm Austin or Miko, and these are your December 2021 State of the Stream announcements. We'll be relaunching the channel in pursuit of Twitch partnership in March. Now that I've got voice acting almost established, it's time to bring the stream back into the fold. Twitch made the mistake of passing up this opportunity in 2019 and yanked me around for about 6 months for no good reason. I'm giving them another shot, one last shot to catch on before I take off, and the plan is to become undeniable. But this is only one leg of the master plan. We've got a kind of spider plan going on here, and the body is an overarching community of people unified around the things that I'm doing, whether that's streaming, voice acting, cosplaying or modeling, sharing my fitness journey and adult content, or my passions as a freelance artist and game designer. All those little leggies create an ecosystem that exposes and promotes the growth of all other areas. The plan is to recruit or conscript as many community members as possible, even if they don't watch the stream. Let's take a look at a general overview of each of those areas and what they mean for us. Let's start with the stream, which is probably the most complex part of the platform. We're planning to use Final Fantasy XIV as our primary engine for growth, much like RimWorld was for our first attempt back in 2019. Core games act as a home base to build longer-term loyalty with core viewers. However, we are including variety streams in addition to these staple games from the very beginning, both to help with avoiding burnout as well as boosting channel exposure into other directories. Exposure through variety games will be more fresh in general, but less likely to lead to long-term retention. That said, there are still massive opportunities for us going outside of our home realm. A mixture of both will ultimately succeed better than either one alone. In addition, we're planning to hold public events, tournaments, and other community functions to expose us to other communities. With the addition of Stream Raiders as part of our core format, we should have even more outreach. I'm going to continue to promote the creation of clips, and I'm working to create a robust clip culture in our community going into the next year. These bite-sized samples of the content should function as business cards for potential new viewers. I'd like to see more being made, and more importantly, more being shared outside our domain. Part of that plan includes the monthly clip contest. So, while we're here, let's announce this month's winner. With a fair lead over the other contenders, it's Fern again, with "Do what to the cat?" You can find a link to the clip in the description below. Vern, you've been given 2 free vouchers for GeoGuessr Challenges versus Chat, a gift sub on me, and honorary speaker privileges in next month's State of the Stream meeting. Thanks to everyone who makes and shares their clips, and thanks to our community event manager, Villain, for organizing the contest for us each month. If you want to participate in next month's clip contest, just make clips of your favorite moments from the stream and share them. We'll handle the rest until it's time for you guys to vote for the next winner in January. Up next, I'd like to return to the overall plan with the next leggy of our spider, the YouTube. It will serve 2 functions. It holds the archives of our live content for those who can't see it in person. More importantly, it gives us an outlet for alternative content that would not perform well on a live stream. But it is still good content. With YouTube exclusives being produced and released on a semi-regular basis, we should see exposure at both ends, which, as you all know, is exactly how I like it. We all know the reciprocal relationship between these 2 platforms. YouTube viewers may come to check out the stream on Twitch, and stream viewers wanting more content will enjoy the exclusives released on YouTube. Then there's voice acting, which is going not as smoothly as I'd like, and really only because of my ADHD, but it is going. I've performed several roles, most recently being paid ones, and the project managers have either been very pleased and impressed and absolutely loved me or not said anything at all, which I also consider a win. When I've been able to perform, I have loved it. I'm stalling on my animation demo for mental health reasons, and it's certainly not voluntary. Once I can get it finished, I'll be ready to start doing bigger jobs and supporting myself, hopefully entirely, through that. As many of you know, I've wanted to live my earlier dream of being a freelance artist. This makes up the 4th leggy of our spider. And while I don't want to base my income on it. I don't want it to be something I have to do to live. I feel like that would just absolutely suck the joy out of it for me. It is something that I want to be able to do professionally, but on a small scale that I don't rely on. Sometime this next year, I plan to open myself for commissions and start taking on work as it comes. And as a cosplayer, I hope to expand my portfolio of characters this year and upgrade the reprisal of the ones I've already done. My perspective on this hobby is as a model, not necessarily as a creator. Cosplay crafters spend immense time and energy and have technical skills that I will never have that allow them to make these characters come to life. The quality of craftsmanship I've seen in some work matches what you'd see in a Hollywood set, and I'm not going to be able to match that without sacrificing many other things that I want to do or should have already been doing if I was going to keep up with the competition. Instead, my plan is just to work on small aspects that I can do myself, such as props, and instead commission those great craftspeople to build the rest for me, allowing me to both support great artists and have fun cosplaying. To support my own physical health and to be able to cosplay more characters, as well as some other things, I need a body that looks good without anything on it. I'm looking to hire a personal trainer and work myself to a set of fitness statistics that I've had in the past that would be really nice to have again. To chronicle my journey to a more fit lifestyle, I'm planning on launching a Safe for Work OnlyFans specifically for that content. I have a few points of my fitness philosophy that I think get overlooked in your typical media, and so I think there's value to broadcasting my attempt to live my truth, not as an expert in the field, but as just your regular kind of person trying to figure out how to live a better life. In my journey as just that person, talking to experts and not pretending to be one. Specifically, I want to help foster public awareness on the rampant sugar addiction that we're seeing in America, and how we can break that addiction as the first major step toward dietary freedom and ultimately living happier lives through the prevention of diabetes. I'll work with doctors and dietitians, chefs, and hopefully even people from the American Diabetes Association to help more people see how easy it is to ignore sugar until you are irreversibly damaged by it, and how easy it can be to reduce our sugar intake while balancing our diets in a way that doesn't compromise our joy of food. Now, your eyebrows may have gone up a little bit with the OnlyFans idea, and hopefully, honestly, not just your eyebrows. But anyway, I'm always been very sex positive. I've been my entire life very open about sex. I'm very comfortable about it. Doesn't make me feel awkward at all. I'm not awkward around naked people. It was a big reason that I was successful as an artist, is that I didn't gawk at the models. It was just a body. It doesn't matter to me. It's not intimate to me at all. I know it's not the majority of how people see the human body. I don't feel that way at all. It's meat. It's meat. Let's enjoy it for what it is. It's meat that feels good. I'm about as far from conservative as you can probably tell in almost any issue. So it should be no surprise that I see sex as more of a utility, not as an indulgence, even if sometimes we do like to indulge. A healthy lifestyle, I think, is one that is not repressed of our human needs, but still remains healthy and balanced and based on cooperation and, importantly, consent. So yeah, there will be an NSFW OnlyFans as well sometime this year, probably once my fitness journey is complete. Consider it a reward for reaching our goals. I've definitely got the equipment for it, and I've got a lot of plans, believe me. I may have had some relevant experience in college, so I think it's only natural that I return to my roots in content creation. But I'll leave it at that for now. More distant into the future, I have a series of games I want to develop. I'm not sharing any details here, but for those who do know, they're generally obsessed with its mechanics and the stories that are formed around it. It's a unique concept that I think our generation and where we are right now in our society will gravitate toward it in a way that no other game has allowed people to. And if I can save up the cash, I want to take classes for game development to ensure that I know the basics, assemble a pilot team, and produce and publish the first game independently. From there, if I'm right, and I think I am, the rest will take off. It's the project I hope to be ultimately remembered for above all else, and I'm not rushing it. It has to be done right or not at all. But just know that it's out there. It's something I'm going to do in my future. Don't be surprised when I'm like, hey, I'm a game dev now. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And it's probably not for 5-10 years from now before I'll even think about really touching it. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to lock myself down to timelines. But just know somewhere in the future, it's going to happen, and I'm very eager to get back to work on it. And believe me, I can't say that. I do love honey dicking you guys constantly about it and talking about it without talking about it. I do enjoy the cock tease. That's not a surprise to anybody. But believe me, eventually I'll be able to share it in gory detail, and it'll be a lot of fun when we get to do that. This same cyclical approach of views leading to viewers should be a very familiar concept to anyone who's been around here for a while. I've been talking about it for years as sort of the core of how exposure leads to exposure and how exposure leads to success. In short, I know that what I'm doing here is worthy of success. I know I'm right. I know this is something that will succeed with time. I know that with any opportunity at all, I could become a top content creator. Therefore, it only makes too much sense that our MO revolves around fishing for those opportunities with a three-pronged approach. First, generate outstanding content every time. Second, expose the community at all opportunities. Thirdly, I need to convert and assimilate prospective members into the Goat Boy army. Overall, I've created an achievements list that will serve as our milestone tracker for the year in pursuit of all of these goals and the overarching plan. It'll remind us to celebrate our little and big victories while helping the whole community, new and old, focus on and rally behind our inevitable success. I've shared a link to the document in the description, and I'm prepping some on-stream graphics to up the flair and bring the achievements list to the center stage. We're a team. And I know nothing is possible without you and the work and passion of my brilliant team of producers. And my staff is expanding. There's obviously more work to be done here than any one person could ever hope to do. I know that, and I need people who believe in this with me to help me bring it all to reality. Things like producing exclusive content for YouTube absolutely cannot happen until I have the editing manpower available to make it possible. I won't be able to maintain a fitness blog without someone to help me manage it and stay on top of it. And hell, I'll need a manager to cooperate with on the explicit stuff too. None of these things are realistically possible as a singular person. But a team of well-organized and well-supported and highly engaged people could accomplish everything on this list and more. Of course, I'm dirt poor, so you'd be volunteering for now, but rest assured that you'll be compensated retroactively for your time and care as soon as I'm able to. Specifically, I'm looking for people with these skill sets, or an interest in learning them as you go. We're scrappy, indie, I know that. I'm not asking for experts in the field. I'm not asking for people who have been doing this for a decade. Just people who want to get involved somehow. Even if you have no skills, talents, or brain cells, believe me, we'll find something for you to do. Just send me a message on Discord, and we can talk it out. All are welcome. Tuesday, January 18th is my Suckfuck Day, and I'll be doing a special community game stream that night. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to entail. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of you guys picking party games for us to play, and I get drunk, and that's what we do all night. I think that sounds great. Once we solidify the details, I'll provide that stuff for you guys on the Discord, of course, and I'll be talking about it on stream because that's what you do with events. So, more on that later. One additional feature I'm adding is the sub bonus wheel, which will spin whenever we reach the nightly sub goal. The items on the wheel can be anything from changing the color of my nails to letting chat choose the game we play next stream. Each time we hit the sub goal, we'll spin the wheel again. For now, let's set the nightly goal at a meager 3 and see if we can hit that a few times before doing something crazy and ambitious, like 4. Whoa. So that's it. That's the whole plan. Simple, right? Believe me, I know it sounds like we've got a lot going on, and we do, but I've got the people, the time, and the drive to achieve it all. The only thing I feel is really holding me back at this point from accomplishing everything is my ADHD, which in February I'm going to see a psychiatrist for. Thank God. With any luck, they'll see what my dumb brain is doing and be able to prescribe me something to help. It's kind of criminal that I've gone my entire life undiagnosed. I was just told over and over again that I was just lazy or unmotivated or that's just how boys are, and I believed them because, well, they were my mentors. I'm just relieved that finally I'm going to get to see someone who can help me figure this out. Because now that I'm aware of the issue, it's even more frustrating when it impacts my ability to execute on what is a solid plan. It's why my demo has been almost done for months. Anyone who really knows me knows I'm a workhorse, an organizer, a doer. I've gone my whole life having to over-organize, over-plan, and over-execute just to get things done. And once I've got a medication that regulates that executive function, I'm going to be truly fucking unstoppable. It's like I've had weights on my arms and legs this whole time, and I feel it now. And I can't wait to feel what it's like to just be able to do shit, instead of being paralyzed in my body and hating myself for it. Obviously, there's going to be a lot to talk to the docs about in February, but I'm optimistic that I'll leave their office with this plan and the ability to execute it, finally. This is also why we're relaunching in March and not in January. It'll give me enough time to get solidly into my medication and time to do all of the prep work needed to make it launch smoothly. If you are a content creator that I should be working more with, reach out to me. I'm ready to network, and a lot of the events I want to organize and run this year would do so much better with more communities involved. I believe everyone can win, and a relationship that benefits both parties is the only one I'm interested in having. If you're serious and professional, I want to talk to you about a future in which we accomplish great things together. If you're a fan of someone I should know, shout them out in the comments below and let them know that your favorite femboy is looking for partners. Also, let me know what you think about our plan, any questions you have, or if you'd like to get involved yourself. Happy holidays and Happy New Year, everyone. Let's try to be the one good thing that came out of 2022. These have been your December 2021 State of the Stream announcements.